Good morning, El Dorado. I'm Charlie Ricotta.
And I'm Jack Nasura.
And thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hawk Talk. On this week's show,
we got a big story coming up first, so that requires a...
Yeah, I'd say a special kind of introduction.
Yeah,
Preston, you ready? Drum roll, please.
Christian Michaels.
Hey Hawks, do any of you have your driver's license? Better yet, do you have a car? Is it a cool car? Is it a cool car? Do you have a cool car? Do you have a cool car? Or do you have a cool car? Do you have a cool whip? If you think you have a righteous ride, contact me, Christian Michaels, at cartalkedhs@gmail.com with your full name, a picture of your car, and a little bit about it. It's gonna air next week on Hawk Talk, and this is called Car Talk. Have a great day, guys.
You are allowed to submit your car or a parent's car. Open hood interviews will be filmed next week to air on next week's episode of Hawk Talk. Many will enter, few will be chosen.
Great job, guys.
For those of you who are into that trivia crack stuff, here's some real trivia for you.
Presidential trivia, to be exact. Roll the tapes!
Hello, and welcome to our first ever game show in honor of President's Day last Monday. I'm your host, Daniel Bremer, and today we are joined with John Hall, Megan Shee, and Amin Husseini. Now that we are all here, let's begin. This president was the first to live in the White House.
John Adams.
That is correct. This president was the first president to be impeached.
Andrew Johnson.
Nice job. Who's the only unanimously elected president by the...
George Washington.
Wow. This was the only president to resign from office.
Richard Nixon.
Great job. Abraham Lincoln was assassinated by whom?
John Wilkes Booth.
Correct. When first using the White House bathtub, they had to buy a bigger one because this president got stuck.
William Howard Taft.
Good job. Who was the only president to serve more than 2 terms?
That would be FDR.
Good job. The point value for the next set of questions is 200 points each. The first question is, speak softly and carry a big stick.
Theodore Roosevelt.
That's correct. John leads with 400 points. Who was the first president to appoint an African American to the Supreme Court?
Lyndon B. Johnson.
That's correct. Walt Whitman's poem, "O Captain, My Captain," was written about which president?
Abraham Lincoln.
That's correct. John leads 800 to 300. The Declaration was written mostly by...
Thomas Jefferson.
That's correct. This president issued the Emancipation Proclamation.
Abraham Lincoln.
That's correct. Who assassinated John F. Kennedy?
Lee Harvey Oswald.
That's correct. Which president said, "Ask not what your country can do for you"?
John F. Kennedy.
You're correct. Who came up with the social and economic programs known as the New Deal?
That would be FDR.
That's correct. This president was once a peanut farmer.
The name just escaped me. I think it's John's turn. Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter.
That's correct. Whose face is on the $10 bill?
Alexander Hamilton?
That's correct. What name was given to the commission that was established to investigate John F. Kennedy's assassination?
The Warren Commission.
That is correct. No, sorry. Name one of the 2 future presidents that signed the Declaration of Independence.
John Adams?
That is correct. This president had been an army general in World War II.
Dwight D. Eisenhower.
That is correct. When the Berlin Wall fell and the Soviet Union dissolved, who was the president of the United States of America?
George H.W. Bush.
That is correct. We're down to the final 2 questions, and things are getting pretty hot in here. Which president lived with a bullet wound in his chest for most of his life?
Andrew Jackson.
Nice job, John. That is correct. Which U.S. president is associated with the Camp David Accord between Israel and Egypt?
Ooh.
Jimmy Carter.
That is correct.
Yes!
That makes John our winner with 2,700 points, Amin with 1,600, and Megan with 1,400. Congratulations, John.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Charlie, did you know I built my own computer over the summer?
Wow. Cool.
Yeah.
And?
No, this is just a segue to the
I see
to
what
the
you're
story.
doing. You're trying to do the whole, like, ask a question to get the audience interested sort of thing. Here's the computer science story.
Starting next year, Eldorado will be offering a computer science class. This has arisen from the efforts of some students who have wanted to pursue a career in programming. The Innovators Club played a major role in the creation of this class.
Well, I think that it will bridge them to the future. I mean, there's a great need for technology and the ability to code. It's the language of the future, and we need to know it if we want to be ready.
Since not many people here are very coding literate, adding an intro computer science class would help them get into some basic coding.
Mr. Oberly will be teaching the class next year.
Hopefully, with today's society being the way it is, exploring computer science should in some way appeal to everybody.
This is an important step for Eldorado in the world of technological education. In the future, it is possible that an AP computer science class could be established. The future is bright for programmers at Eldorado.
The closest I get to playing sports is when I go over to my friend Luke's house to play Dungeons & Dragons for 8 hours straight, while his mom makes us little quesadillas.
Well, Jack, some students here at Eldorado play real sports, and from what I've heard, they're pretty good.
Your number 12 seeded Eldorado boys basketball team won their first Division III AACIF game last night, defeating Bolsa Grande by a score of 68-43. The Golden Hawks play again on Friday between the winner of Diamond Ranch and Norte Vista.
Boys soccer won against Yorba Linda 2-0. The next game will be against Sierra Vista at Eldorado, February 20th at 3 p.m. Girls water polo lost a tough game to Esperanza 2-10. This was the last game of their season. Girls basketball beat Canyon with a score of 50-34. Their next game is against Torrance on the 19th at 7 o'clock at Eldorado. Girls soccer got in a stalemate with Brea Olinda and went 0-0. This was the last game of their season.
Oh, hey Eldorado, don't worry, this will all make sense later, except for Jack. I don't know what he's up to. Here are your extra announcements.
Magic the Gathering Club. There's a meeting at lunch on Friday in room 901. On Sunday there will be a tournament. Ask the club president for more details.
Travel Club, there's a meeting in room 406 at lunch. Treats will be served.
Key Club, there will be a meeting today discussing club elections for next year and upcoming events.
Our very own EDHS a cappella group will be having a free performance on Monday at 7 p.m. in the Gay Jones Theater. Come support our award-winning group.
Attention AP students. AP tests are on sale through Friday, March 6. The cost is $91 and payment can be made in the finance office in the form of cash or check.
Next week is the last week to pre-order your yearbook. If you have not ordered one, there is no guarantee there will be any left at the end of the year. See Ms. Zalden in Finance.
Creative Writing Club. Come by room 202 today at lunch to get your workshop submissions.
Summer school information will be available March 2nd. Please sign up to see your counselor in March.
Spanish Club, there is a meeting Friday at lunch. All members must attend.
Pop Top Community Service, bring the tabs of soda cans to your second period teacher to help the Ronald McDonald House Foundation. This project ends February 20th.
All swimmers be on the pool deck Thursday afternoon for student t-shirt ordering.
The SCC Financial Aid Department would like to invite you and your parents to the free Money for College event taking place at Santiago Canyon College this Saturday from 10 a.m. to noon. The workshop is designed to give you an overview of the FAFSA and answer any questions. You must RSVP to reserve a spot. Email or call the number on the screen.
Make-A-Wish Club. Come to our first meeting today at lunch in room 703 to pick up or order t-shirts and talk about fundraising.
Well, that's all the time we have for this week's show, Hawks.
We had a lot of great stuff on this week, and we'll probably have just as good stuff next week.
But no promises.
Nope, no promises.